come on. Coming to America just came out, so you know why I'm looking like this. Just enjoy. Take it all in. I love that Coming to America in the beginning. You know, right when he was getting that royal penis washed, like that music was fire. Definitely classic moments. But we're gonna get to Coming to America. But first, I am your anchor man, your host, Thaddy Luv. My homeboy called me right before here. He said, yo man, this is the Praise Father Many Nations that's talking to people. This is the Praise Father. So I got many nicknames, many names. Some of these names are really deep rooted into some real shit. So this is why I'm doing it, really, because I'm just really walking like the Praise Father like I am. But I don't got no kids, though. But I got some kids that I be repping. But nevertheless, I don't want to talk too much because this is not about me. This is about you and giving y'all the good juice and the good news that you need to hear. And no, I'm not talking about the watchtower. I'm talking about the other good news. But in the meantime, please like, share, subscribe our shit. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the subscriber list going up. It's really going up real slow. That subscriber list is moving so slow. So why should I even rush? Because y'all not even subscribing to my shit like that. But nevertheless, please tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? Like, give us some feedback. You know what I mean? Because I know the show's fire, and I know a lot of people appreciate this news, but it don't look like it. So let's have these like, share, subscribe things go up, and we can really push out this dope Durag news style, because we keeping that same energy. With that being said, let's get into the show. Prince Akeem and them finally returned to the big screen, or the computer screen, or your phone screen, but it returned to the screen. A long, 30-year overdue wait for a sequel. For me personally, I think it was worth the wait. It was definitely worth the wait. I don't think that movie had to be rushed. It definitely wasn't rushed, from what I understand. But overall, shout out to Coming to America 2. There's so much I can unpack with that movie. Let's talk about the bitter, and then we'll get into the sweet. First things first, one thing that stuck out to me in this movie, and it may be a spoiler for those who didn't watch it, but it's a small spoiler, was one of his daughters. If you didn't know he had daughters, now you know he had a daughter. But one of the daughters, she had a Democratic sticker or a little armband on her wrist, you know, periodically through the movie. And I was going to say this is Wakanda, but no, this is Africa. I'm blanking on the name. It's not Wakanda. This is Zamunda. This is Zamunda. Don't catch it slipping now. Zamunda. They are in Zamunda, but this little African girl has a Democratic armband. What does Democrats have to do with Africa? Keep that Americanized, you know, sizzling our views on these movies. Let it be Africa. Let us just have something, Democrats. Damn. We get it. But this is Africa. Y'all don't got shit to do with Africa. This is America over here. I know it's fantasy, but no, let's not blur those fantasies with the little blatant, you know, support us. Like, come on. Do better. Because I get it. But y'all don't have to sell it that much. Why is this African girl wearing a Democratic armband? This is Africa. I'm saying the same things. I don't want to be redundant, but you get what I'm saying. Y'all know what the Democrats do. You know, you got to play with us, man. You got to play on our heartstrings. A nice old ploy. Another thing that I didn't really find too fond of that movie was why was Prince Akeem such a softie? From what I understand, Prince Akeem was fighting buffalo and doing all these things, beating up dudes with shotguns. Come on, shout out to Samuel, out here for years. And now he had dudes run up in the castle and that's not the Prince Akeem that I know. You know what I mean? So more than anything, I don't know if they was really trying to push the woman thing. Like, hey, it is Women's History Month, and we gonna get into that. So Women's History Month definitely hit him on the head with that, with the timing. Definitely shout out and kudos to our African queens and our African women all over the world and our queens all over the world in general. Because yes, they are definitely our allies and they definitely can put us in position that we may not be able to put in ourselves as men just because of the connection that they are connected to on this planet and our connection as well. But don't have our men being soft and like damn near a bitch on screen when the last time we seen this man, he was a warrior. I know you're a father, but let's not play Prince Akeem like he was not out here 30 years ago. You know what I mean? But all in all, that movie was great. One thing that I really loved about that movie, I saw the best death that I seen on screen. The best death that I seen on screen. James L. Jones, the legend. James L. Jones, the legend. It was like a little goodbye before he actually has to say goodbye to us in real life. So shout out to James L. Jones for that one. They really showed us how to honor somebody right before they go. He really went out like a king. You know what I mean? That's how I did with my crown. Make sure I'm looking good. I mean, really made this man look like a king and did him the right way and just fell asleep right where he needed to go. That was very beautiful. I really enjoyed that. All in all, there was definitely nice, a few laughs here and there. I love the barbershop scene. Tracy Morgan was in there doing this thing, dancing, beautiful. The style, definitely nostalgia all the way through. But more so than anything, what I took from that movie is that we can do this. Shout out to my team, CP Time. I got another show on the way. That's all I can really say right now. But just watching that movie after I shot my pilot, I know I'm talking a lot, it is very doable. It is very possible. And I'm off the thing and off the belief that save me your dreams. I'm with the reality. Because once you dream, eventually you have to wake up. And I've been waking up real excited and ready to create and continue to build the great metaphorical building that TanClan will eventually have itself. And the team members are also a part of that. So thank you to everybody who helped this past weekend to bring more dreams to reality. Because at this point, there ain't no stopping us now. There ain't no excuses. Because I seen the light. And I'm kind of walking around like the light. So do what you got to do. Definitely be inspired. Don't let these Democrats trying to manipulate your Africanness. But enjoy the film if you haven't seen it. And what's next? You know what I mean? I feel like I talk too much. What's next? Way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. And the reason why I sang that song is because that's one of Harriet Tubman's favorite songs. And if you were part of if you part of that line, you already understand what that song's about. But give Harriet Tubman that $20 bill love. You know what I mean? This is Women's History Month. I don't know what they're waiting for. Shout out to Harriet Tubman, one of the founding women of America. That's what I'm gonna say. One of the founding women of America. I don't think anybody can really refute that. Like, let's just be honest here. You know, brave, smart, wise. There's a lot that goes into that gumbo when we're talking about Harriet Tubman. One line that I love from Harriet Tubman, she said she would have been able to save more slaves if they only knew that they were enslaved. That's very important. Because how can you free a bird that flies freely in a cage? Shout out to Rich for that line. Because when you don't see freedom outside of the little freedom that you get now, you'll fight for the crumbs. So please don't fight for the crumbs. And I was thinking, are we even fighting for the crumbs to put her on a $20 bill? Because we're already moving into a cashless society. So let's just say they put her on a $20 bill. But how long are we gonna go with actual bills before we're just going straight digital? Because we're moving away more and more from cash. So having her on a $20 bill may not mean much in another 5 years. You feel me? Look at that game that's been played. Bills. But happy Women's History Month to all the women out there. You know me, I'm a woman lover, OD, wholeheartedly. Shout out to y'all lovely ladies doing what y'all gotta do, because y'all do motivate us men, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't walk around looking like this, because it definitely ain't for dudes, all right? So thank you, and you're just more than just motivation for me. You know, you're the mothers, you are the cultivators, the caterers, the nurturers of our world. I know right now they want us to be into some split men against women. I'm not with that shit. I'm definitely not with the split men against women. I definitely have my own opinions, but I'm gonna keep that to myself, okay? All in all, I love y'all ladies. I love strong women. You can definitely be independent, but I feel a team, a family structure is always stronger than walking by yourself and preaching that you gotta be by yourself. But understand everybody, got their own little ways of doing it. So if you wanna walk by yourself, understand what comes with that. If you wanna build a family, understand what comes with that. But this is nature and tech. We're battling with the nature and tech. So sometimes we maybe find it harder and harder to see eye to eye. But I'm like, yo, we need to go back to the old school way. You know, when men and women used to talk shit about their significant others, or just about the opposite sex, and then when you go home, you are lovey-dovey with your lover. What happened to those days? When people used to talk shit, but when you're back home, you just, you cuddle up, you doing the lovey-dovey thing. We got to get back to that love. I know they're making it harder for us, 6 feet. You know what I mean? They don't even want us close to each other, embracing each other. Figure out how to do that. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. If you don't got a lady, go find one. If you don't got a man, go find one. Or be patient and let things come and go like the ebbs and flows. Let's continue. Let's talk about BLM. Did you hear about Mike Brown's father, Mike Brown Sr.? He's trying to sue BLM, Black Lives Matter, if you don't know, for $20 million because he claims they made $90 million off of the death of his son. Through protests and fundraisers and all that. BLM, Black Lives Matter. Throw that father a bone. That sounds so crazy and weird to say at a time like this. But damn, if y'all made $90 million off a random black guy, let's just be honest, he's somebody random that we found about. We felt like he was done wrong and had a disservice, so black folks naturally get mad. But now, certain BLM members of the BLM organization figured out ways to make money off of pain. Damn. Balling out off of the pain that we are addicted to. We are the ones that go into these streets and burn down buildings and, get calluses on our feet and stress out and be paranoid and have our kids have to understand how to conversate with the police at an early age because they're going to treat you slightly different than most Americans. BLM, if this is true, that's fucked up. Because BLM, that's one thing that I do know that we reported here. BLM gave a whole bunch of money to the Democratic Party. Woo! See, we connecting the dots. We talking about the Democrats. Okay, so let's keep going with this. So BLM also gave a shout out and support to the Democratic Party. But you can't support the father of the victim? A little fishy. I always thought activism does not take money, and I do think activism is a little bit weird and suspect when somebody's getting paid to do it. Donations is one thing, but when people can actually get paid to fund, to rally people up, it seems like puppet behavior. And who's to say I'm not a puppet? There's a whole bunch of puppet behavior going on. I get it. But if this is BLM, and this is for black lives that actually matter, make sure you're funding the actual people who are actually being affected more than just people who feel a certain way about it, because there's a difference. There's a big difference. In BLM, we know who funds y'all. BLM, we know who runs y'all. In BLM, I don't know where y'all been. Yes, I guess police brutality is not a big to-do at the moment. But don't come around, rally the crowd to make a quick buck. Because like you're Don King right now. BLM is looking like a big old Don King. You know how to rally the crowd and get that bucks on that back end. We watching you, BLM. We watching you, BLM. Alright? I feel like every other week I say the stimulus checks is coming, the stimulus checks is coming. But at this point I feel like they are coming. I hear it's going to be $1,400. So, like we always warned you when the first stack of stimulus came out and the second stack of stimulus came out. And right now, when this third stack of stimulus, is it the third? I think it's the third, right? Cater to your money. I know a lot of people getting these taxes, the tax returns on the way. So this is a good time right now. The sun is coming out. The sun is coming out. It's a real good recipe. It is a real good recipe for what's getting cooked up. We got the stem, you got the tax return, and the sun is getting warm out here, for New Yorkers especially. So don't get lost in the good weather. Don't get lost in the good news. But make sure you can set up more good news in your futures with these investments, all right? I know certain parents who have four kids or more are going to get a bigger check. Make sure that check is really holding down the family and we're not just balling out looking good, because I will say my style is affordable. Like you think, yo, don't cost you much to look good. So, with that being said, don't just be spending your money on shit that don't really last, because most of the shit you spend your money on turns to garbage anyways. So invest. Be smart with your money, because we don't know when we get another one. You know, this is a good look. But we definitely need to know how to spend our money better, because just like right now, I know a lot of people are really banking on that stimulus. Right? I need that stimulus, because you kind of fuck up the other two. So not this one. Don't do it. If you need it, spend it on what you got to spend it on. And if not, invest. Put it where it's actually going to help you in your days further than today's. You feel me? What's next? What we got going on? I'm always going to have to say this. Let me be very careful with my words, because these mofos be listening. And I do not need my YouTube account shadow banned and all that bullshit. YouTube. But I was watching a video not too long ago, a few days ago, and I seen a woman talking about COVID guidelines and the vaccine.
At this time, the CDC is not adjusting current guidance on travel. We believe these new recommendations are an important first step in our efforts to resume everyday activities in our communities. However, we remain in the midst of a serious pandemic, and still over 90% of our population is not fully vaccinated, though we are working hard to get there. Therefore, everyone, whether vaccinated or not, should continue to avoid medium and large-size gatherings, as well as non-essential travel, and when in public spaces, should continue to wear a well-fitted mask, physically distance, and follow other public health measures to protect themselves.
It is very funny how they say, take a vaccine, but still follow the COVID guidelines, like wearing a mask, keep your 6 feet distance. Now, if that's the case, then why the hell should I take it if I'm already doing those things? Somebody will say the risk gets lower with the vaccine. But then that's like living in the what if, right? Because what is the average rate of a car accident? What is the average rate of anything? Of somebody smoking cigarettes and, you know what I mean? I would think that number is pretty high. But they don't really stop selling you cigarettes, and they don't tell you to not drive, right? I'm going to be careful with my words. But if you're going to say, follow the same goddamn rules with this vaccine, a.k.a. test, a.k.a. experiment, I was trying to make it work. But an experiment, because you're being experimented on, whether you like it or not. We all are. And I really think it's really to see what people are going to go with or go against. Are you going to be following these rules or not? Because if most people say they weren't taking the vaccines, then there's going to have to be something else that they will have to tell us. They're going to have to make another reason for us to do or follow certain rules. Because if everybody says, I'm not taking this vaccine, then what? I'm going to say, feel free to take your vaccine if you feel like that's going to ease your mind and make you safe against COVID-19. Go ahead and do so. But I'm going to say I'm one of those folks who's been safe from COVID-19. I've taken a few tests, got negative. You know, I know people who have gotten COVID, and they're doing pretty fine. Maybe because they're younger. So if you're older, I know it's a little different. And it is a separation through the generations with COVID. Younger folks nowadays are not as afraid as older folks because of the risk. They tell us that we're not really at high risk, but we can walk around sending it. And if you bump into an old lady, you may kill her. Whew, that's heavy. That's real heavy. So don't drink and drive. Don't walk around with a mask. Don't walk around smoking cigarettes. Damn, don't walk around selling meat to people. Don't walk around selling candy and sweets and sugars to people. Because we all know those things kill. Now don't they? Enough of me. Let's get into some hip-hop of the week. My boy, Durag and hip-hop. All right, enough about me. Let's get to my boy Kaous. Was goody. We got some more Durag hip-hop for you. What's up?
What's good, y'all? This is Kaous 360, and it's another segment of Durags and Hip Hop. Let's go! First of all, I mean, it's Women's Month, so we gotta shout out all the women, all the beautiful women, my beautiful lady, you know, my mom, my sister, you know, my aunties, all of them, you know what I mean? Shout out all of y'all. Hope y'all have a good month, you know what I'm saying? And just keep it true, keep it real, like y'all always do. And back to the hip-hop part. This girl Cardi B, talking about Women's Month, her album went diamond. And this is the first female rapper that went diamond. Shout out to you, Cardi. You been doing your thing. They was hating on you before, you know, when you came out talking about you was a stripper doing all that crazy shit. But you know what? All that crazy shit, you're still doing it and went diamond. Keep it going. We like the energy, girl. Let's talk about the legend Papoose. He going viral off of some old shit he did. Come on, everybody thinking that's some new shit. That's old shit. He been doing that. Y'all remember the alphabet? Backwards alphabet? Come on, man. Ben had the skills. What y'all thought? He was just sitting down at his crib writing rhymes about some dumb shit? Yeah, he did. And it went viral. He probably make a rhyme about his 10 fingers. A song about it. and it'd be fire. I mean, I don't think there's anything else we need to say about Pat but to run his shit up. Why don't y'all go listen to songs he made? You know what I mean? Go listen to him on Spotify or something like that. Y'all want to go viral on some old shit he did. Man, come on, man. These people is clout chasers out here. Yo, we got to shout out my homeboy AD. Shout out Adrenaline. Free Merch is the song. That song is the hit right there. They're going to be playing that song in the strip clubs. They're going to be playing that song in the regular clubs. It's going to be jumping everywhere, bro. It's lit. Man, I should play that song in the background while we talking right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I played it in my house, the whole house was started dancing. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all a little clip of what my house looked like when I played this song.
I got extra if I find out it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Hey, well, what the hell? What the hell? What you working with, man? I got extra if I find out it's your birthday.
Did y'all see that? I don't even know where she learned that. Like, what is going on? That's how you know that song is lit right there. Yo, keep doing your thing, brother.
Find out it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Find out it's your birthday. Baby, want some, come get. Baby, if you want some, come get. Look, I know how she coming. She a bossy woman. She got everything she want, but gotta leave with son.
You know, I had to do another, this is all about shout outs. This is all about representing real people and people that hold it down. So, Trade the Truth, you know you at the top of the list. You've been holding it down in floods and whatever natural disaster happens in your city, you there. You running up to people's doorstep with food when there's no lights on outside. Not even worrying about the dangers that you could get into. You're just trying to help people out. That's a real dude right there, man. And I want to say RIP to Chanel. It was a young girl that I used to follow her on Instagram, and Trade the Truth used to always go and see her and, tell her, he loved her and, just embrace her. And she had I think it was a brain tumor, I don't want to exactly say what that is, but she was sick and, she passed away. So I want to just say RIP to her. I want to just give a moment of silence if y'all can. RIP Chanel. And I had to flip another day of Durag News. It's another segment I done killed. It's Kaous 360. And you know the deal. Let's go to the next episode, motherfucker. Nah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Everybody have a good night.
All right. Shout out to Cardi for that diamond, because one of my favorite musicians, Andre 3 Stacks, got diamonds under his name too. So you are definitely up there with some of the greats with that. So kudos to you, and RIP to that little queen, for real. All right, that's it. Y'all had enough. I don't want to bore y'all. And you always got to leave them one more. So I'm not going to say anymore. But before I go, please love on yourself, love on your loved ones, and even love your enemies. Not saying you got to lay in bed with them, not saying you got to be a friend, but love them. Because they obviously see something in you that they don't see in somebody else. And that is a compliment in itself. Because these folks are paying a little bit more attention to you than anybody else. So you're doing something kind of right, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm your boy, Thaddy Luv, the praise father of many nations, the uncle to your potential children, the one that's always gonna keep it real deal and coming with that good old sex appeal. You know what I mean? I get it from my mom and my daddy. We got some strong genes. I'm not an ugly black man. Shout out to that. All right? But in the meantime, pay attention, walk with wisdom, ask for wisdom, be thirsty for wisdom, and give it. Because with peace, harmony, respect, and all the other things on my list that I'm blanking on right now, gives you the life of peace that we all really want. And what is peace? Just a little bit of what we're getting from this earth. Just a little piece, all right? Till next time, see you soon. People